follow it up with
Sure. I feel like because we were talking about this is something that a lot of people are interested in. So I feel like we should just bring this stupid topic up.
Yeah, twin flames. It is a big thing. It's become more and more widely known now.
Yes. And in my experience, I have been aware of one of my twin flames. And to say that it was hell on earth is an understatement, okay? Did I transform? Absolutely. Was it through absolute torture and pain? Absolutely. Did I experience some very intense, beautiful moments? Yes. Would I go back and do it again? Fuck no. I don't want to do the twin flame journey ever again. Ever again on a romantic level. Okay? I wouldn't mind experiencing a twin flame journey. Say me and you, who are best friends, we're on a twin flame journey. I could handle that. Right?
Yeah.
But a romantic twin flame journey, I do not want anything to do with that. Okay? So the twin flame is your higher self split, right? And not everyone has a twin flame. Not everyone is going on a twin flame journey. Okay? If you're going on a twin flame journey, it was pre-signed and pre-contracted, okay? Some souls enter into Earth to go on a twin flame journey, and some souls enter into Earth to say, no, I don't want to do the twin flame journey. It's something that you sign onto and develop contracts with. So the twin flame journey is basically another side of you, your higher self split into another side of you that is here to help you evolve in ways that you are not evolving. And a lot of times it's painful and intense. And again, I would not go through it again. I hope that I have ended all of my romantic twin flame connections. Like, I'll do a soulmate connection because I believe that there's thousands and thousands of soulmates. It's just recognition. We've lived lives together. But I ain't going on another twin flame journey.
No,
at all.
No, if it's
and your twin flame journey was the same, right?
Yeah,
torture.
No, yes,
torture.
Yeah. No, I definitely don't want to do it again.
So people need to stop obsessing about the twin flame journey because
is there ever a healthy one? Let's just get that out of the way. Is there ever a healthy one?
Okay. So when I was on my twin flame journey, I was a channel then, so I was actually channeling and receiving information for both of us through this twin flame journey. And we were told that the twin flame journey has a couple aspects. Like, you can be a twin flame, but you can also be a twin flame soulmate. So if you're a twin flame soulmate, there is more potential for you to be able to get past maybe all the intense twin flame energy and live a life together. But if you're just a twin flame, it's so hard. It's so hard because you're not there to live together as one. You're there to help each other evolve. That's what the twin flame is about. If I get to a certain point in my life and I haven't reached where I want to be spiritually evolved or mentally or emotionally, then in comes my twin flame to push me up into evolvement. And again, a lot of times it is through chaos and heartbreak and narcissism and just that very tumultuous sort of and when you can't, like, you have to get out of it or it's just going to keep going, right? It's just going to keep going. Mm-hmm. Like, you have to exit the twin flame relationship before it literally kills you. It's intense. You've got to know when to separate from your twin flame. If you know you're in a twin flame relationship, you've been told you're twin flames, and there is a lot of chaotic energy going on, you have to recognize when it's time to exit that contract, because neither one of you are going to be able to evolve if you're just going around and around and around learning the same lesson that one twin flame was here to bring you. You gotta eventually exit out of it.
Oh, no kidding.
In my personal experience.
Damn. That's some.
Now listen, were there beautiful moments in my twin flame relationship. Beautiful, beautiful moments. I had such wonderful. It was my first relationship with a woman. Okay, so very, very many beautiful relationships, but also very horrible, horrible experiences that I can't believe that I gave my power away to, you know? And that was, I think, my twin flame journey, was to learn how to keep my power. Quit giving your power away, because as soon as you're with this twin flame, you feel so weak and so like, oh my gosh, it's almost like I'll do anything that they want me to, and anything to keep them in my life no matter what, right? Once you stand in your power and you realize this is so unhealthy.
Yeah. Yeah. For real.
Yeah. So, twin flame journey. I'm not doing it again. I break all contracts to go on any twin flame journeys. Do you hear me?
No, not if it's going to be unhealthy and serve that kind of lesson on a platter, because I learned it the first time, and I don't want to do it again. No. I don't need to do it again. No. It was not a pleasant journey. Do you have a love like no other for that person? I would have to say, even though it's ended now, I really do have a large amount of love for him.
Oh my gosh.
I don't ever want to be in a relationship with him again, but I do have a real love. Like that love is really real.
Yes.
Like you can get over other relationships and be like, I wish them well. I hope they're happy. I hope they find their peace and just find happiness.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not. I don't really have that kind of love for you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It is different with a soulmate and then a twin flame love. Like I really like love this person on a deep, deep level.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't ever care to see you.
Yes.
And
100%. Like I want the utmost healing for her. I just want her to go on this beautiful journey and blossom in to the woman that I kept seeing in there, like as a intuit or whatever, we feel. That's the hardest part of being an empath, is we see the potential in people. We see who they really are meant to be, but we forget that sometimes they're not at that level yet. We have to believe who they're showing us.
Right.
And
yes.
It's not time for that relationship to develop anymore, because this is who they are and this is who they could be. That's not actually who they are right now. So let's move on, and hopefully with the right vibrations and the right frequency and the right amount of trauma, this person will rise into standing in their power and realizing that I do not deserve this life anymore, and I'm going to pull up my bootstraps and I'm going to get what I deserve, which is unconditional love and beauty all around.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I can see the difference in the way I loved him and the way he loved me. My love was pure, unconditional, like all about growing and wanting the best for you. Your love was toxic, harmful, hurtful, narcissistic.
You into changing. If you would not have been in that relationship, you would have never developed the skills that you have right now to even recognize all those unhealthy habits, Got to be so thankful for our twin flames. We have to be thankful for them. I'm so thankful for her. She changed me. She changed me completely.
Did y'all have any similarities, like on the outside?
God, yes, we look exactly alike.
Me and him had the same birthday.
Yeah, we had the same like astrological signs. We hold the same. That's why I hate the Capricorn in me. No.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we had the same birthday. But like we had very similar, like
we had similar childhoods.
Yes.
It's like she lived the same life that I lived, and I think I'm like 8 years older than her. So I kept like looking at her and saying, "Oh my God, this is me at this age." Like I am literally seeing it, and that's why it's also so heartbreaking too, because I was literally watching, myself self-destruct, and there's nothing I can do about it, and I'm so interweaved with all this. It's hard. Twin flame is hard. Like I watched her. She lived the exact same life that I had lived. And it was really hard to watch someone keep going through it.
Right.
Living through the trauma when they had someone there that was like, please, like, you're worthy of so much more than you're living your life, you know? But again, we can't take people on an ascension with us. We can't. That's their journey. They are meant to go on a certain journey, and you can't drag them. You can't drag them. It's their journey.
Okay. All right, on to the next one.
Okay. I'm just going to go to this one because we talked about it earlier. Mediumship. Now, this is a human quality that every human has, okay? Every single human on this planet right now at this moment in time has the ability to communicate with their crossed over loved ones. As a human, we are all born mediums. We're all born mediums. We're just programmed to think it's a special ability that only certain people have, okay? We are all able to communicate with our crossed over loved ones, to see the signs and symbols, to hear their voices, to feel their vibrations and their frequencies and their messages. All of us have this ability. It is not something that when I list all the things that I am and I do, all the gifts that I have, psychic medium is the last one on the list. Because every single human on the face of this planet can do exactly those things. Psychic and medium. That's just a human quality that we all have. So tune into it. Another thing that we all have the ability to do is telekinesis, okay? Telepathy, empathy, all human qualities. So don't think that just because you're not a psychic or a medium, you can't get messages and you can't understand what's going on, because you absolutely can.
Right. Okay.
The next card is community. And this is now on the picture there's 3 divine feminine beauties, okay? So right now, I teach all the time, every single episode. I think I teach about the rise of the divine feminine, right? And getting into communities together so that we can support each other in only ways that us as women who have experienced life as women, who came into this life incarnated as women, we know the same experiences. We felt the same experiences. We can be supported in the same experiences. So remember to embrace community and stop isolating yourself, okay? The days of being a hermit are over. We need to embrace the community. We need to embrace our sisters. We need to embrace the divine feminine in all of us. If you know men who have a divine feminine quality, embrace it, right? I'm not trying to discriminate. Energies are energies. So it's just the fact that this divine feminine energy is rising in such a big way, and we need to embrace all of the divine feminines in our life and support one another endlessly. We all need it. We all need it, you know? Like, there's a lot of people in relationships with their partners who they need an outlet. They need someone to talk to. They need evolved advice, you know? Like, stop hiding, stop isolating, stop being a hermit, and let's get out there and let's talk about it. Let's join together and let's just communicate with one another so that we feel like we are being heard, supported, and understood.
For sure.
Community.
Yes. All right.
Okay, so the last card that we have, Door to Value. I've never used these cards. I'm not in tune with their messages. So Door to Value. And to me, that's, it's manifestations, right? And that's what we teach, again, all the time. Every card reading we get, we try to do something different, but all the same messages all still come up, which is the most important thing that the Pleiadians and the New Earth is all about. They want to teach us these very specific things that we haven't been embracing and we don't know how to embrace, and manifestations is one of them. So we need to go on a journey to learn how to manifest things into our life. We don't understand that we have been manifesting things into our life the whole entire time. But if you don't know that you're doing it, you're manifesting things that you don't want. My ears are ringing, right? So now that I know everything that I speak, and I feel and I think, thoughts, words, and actions are all manifestations. Now I can be aware, okay, what am I projecting into the world? And a lot of that is the way you freaking talk. Quit speaking negative shit into the air. Quit telling everybody how broke you are, how much you can't afford it, how much you hate your job, how much your children are driving you crazy, how much you're like, quit speaking negative things into the universe, because you are literally creating your personal world with your thoughts, with your words. Every time you say you're broke, that's another bill that's going to pop up. Every time you say you can't afford something, that's another pay cut you're going to get, another day off you're going to get, right? Like, if you say, I work nonstop and I never get a day off, you're never going to get a day off. They're always going to need you, right? But once you turn that around and you say, I'm abundant in work hours, like, I have all the hours that I need, right? Turn it around. Instead of saying, like, oh my God, I never get a day off, they need me all the time, it's like this place can't function without me. Say, I get to work as much as I want. I get overtime. I love my job. I feel like I'm meant to be here, you know, like, change your vibrations and your frequencies, and then your outside world will change. The more thankful you are that you have a job that allows you to work overtime and brings in all of these things for you, it's like the more abundance you're going to get, right? And then you'll get a paid day off. You'll get a paid week off, you know? You have to change the way that you are manifesting things into your life and learn to speak the right way, the correct way, to ensure that you are going to gain all the abundance and prosperity that you deserve. And they're talking about relationships too. It's not about physical things, right? I'm never going to find anybody that's going to love me. I'm never going to find somebody that blah, 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 blah. If you keep saying those things, you are literally going to never find those things, right? Someone that I know just recently started talking to someone else and realized that they had just vibrated in the exact same energy that they had in their last relationship that was not healthy. That is a red flag. If you are vibrating in people whom hold a certain frequency, that's a lesson to you. I'm not ready for this. They then realize, I'm not ready to date. I'm not healed, because I am bringing in this exact same frequency in another person.
For sure. And that will show you a lot about yourself.
Yes. Anyone who vibrates into your life is a mirror. Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you just have this person show up out of nowhere, pay attention. They are there to show you something. And if you're vibrating at a high, healed, healthy, healing frequency, that mirror is going to be beautiful, right? They're going to show you all the beautiful qualities about yourself that you're literally bringing in.
A question. You brought up a very good scenario. Okay. So let's say that one person is on their healing journey. Okay. And the other person is still not, healed, like they haven't went on their healing journey. And so who would have attracted who in this scenario? Like the person that's healing obviously attracted something that she needed to learn.
Yes.
But let's say the male in this scenario attracted the perfect love, but then self-sabotaged it. What would have been the lesson in this? What would have been?
The person in the lower vibration that is now entering into a contract with the person on the healing journey has an opportunity to now start their healing journey. It's a light switch. Once you become involved with someone on the healing journey, it's an opportunity for you to grab onto that energy and snowball forward into your healing journey. If you're on a healing journey and you vibrated in this energy right here that's not, pay attention, because it's a mirror. It's showing you things that are not healed inside of you. So it's an opportunity for both people to ascend.
Oh, fuck. I caught it. I mean, I did. I caught it, and I then again, this is my scenario. Sorry. So I caught on to it, and I caught wind of what it is that I needed to heal with myself. Self-love, respecting myself, having healthy boundaries, all those things that I did not carry over from past relationships, but now I have them, and of course I'm implementing them, and I ended the contract with that person. So I mean, I learned what I needed to learn, and now I have to implement all those things in my life. But that was really good, because if the person usually attracts what he needs to, or he or she, if they're searching out relationships, and most of the time they are attracting what they feel or need to heal within themselves, but this person did not. He attracted everything that he has ever wanted, but the one that was on the healing journey attracted in the same shit she's been trying to get away from.
Yeah. That's the ascension journey, baby. It's the power of ascension. It's hard. I know, like we said in the beginning, your higher self is always working for you. Your higher self is always here as your best friend, as your leader, as your inspiration, to teach you all the things that you deserve to know and conquer, right? If you would have never experienced this, would you have learned how worthy you are and how much self-confidence and all about your power? Because you didn't learn it in the other relationships. But this relationship is the one that showed you.
I did.
And it's because you had entered into a healing journey. So you were more aware of the things that were going on, whereas before you were in the matrix and you were sleepwalking, right? Like, just, this is life. This is just life. But now that you're on the ascension journey, it didn't take nearly as long for you to learn the lessons as it has before.
You're right. You're definitely right. So on the other end of the spectrum, the male in this scenario, he has ruined. Well, what would be considered ruined? What would have been his lesson in all of this, in this self-sabotaged relationship? What would have been? What would be his lesson?
To embrace his shadows. He has certain patterns that he's repeating. Now, listen, I don't know. I'm tuning in to just a broad spectrum, right? I'm not specifically picking on someone. No,
just okay. But there is a lot of men or women going through this certain thing.
So, there are a lot of shadows that we carry within ourselves that people reflect back to us. So instead of that person projecting his shadows onto you, making you feel certain ways, like making you, in his mind, he's creating certain circumstances that aren't real. He's projecting his fears onto you. And then you, as an ascended healing person, pick up on those, right? He instead should have been able to be aware of those shadows, right? Instead of picking up and projecting them onto everyone like he's done in the past, a cycle that's repeating over and over and over again. All of his relationships probably have the same problems over and over and over again, but he gets into this relationship and it's different, but he's still projecting those past fears onto him or onto you, right? So instead of projecting, he should have just been aware. Like, I'm aware. Like, this person has never given me any reason not to trust them, not to do that, not to this, but I am still projecting my fears onto her. She has never given me a reason, but I'm still projecting those fears. That's got to be a me thing, right? Instead of a you thing. We all go into relationships and we're like, blame, 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 right? But when these things come up, we have to take accountability and look inside ourselves and say, what is this situation showing me? what is going on here? What do I need to learn about this, instead of saying, you need this and you need that and you need to do this? What is it showing us about ourselves? Quit putting the blame on everyone else and realize what it's showing us, because that person is displaying certain behaviors to show you something. And it's hard.
Yeah. That's why, I'm very fortunate to have a friend that can help me out.
Yes. Yeah, I'm looking for one of those. Psychic medium channel, I could use a reading.
For sure. And sometimes the channel needs a channeler.
Sometimes, and I did have a lovely, amazing meeting with another channeler on TikTok, and she really did unlock some beautiful things that I was not aware of. And it was like, she said certain things, and it was like, poof.
Yeah.
My whole mind unlocked, and that's just all we need. Sometimes we need these little tiny cheat codes that people tell us, and then we're like, oh my gosh, you just unlocked Pandora's box. Like, now I'm free to go on this journey now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So happy that you had that opportunity.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was really cool. That's the greatest thing about TikTok is I hate that they're trying to kill TikTok. I hate it so much because we can all just learn. There's so much knowledge and so much power and so much beauty and so much togetherness in this community, the spiritual community on TikTok. So,
yeah, for sure.
I never thought I'd love it so much, but I really do. Like, when you're in this type of work, where can you go and get all this type of information? It's not like you can go, where can you go? At TikTok, it's right there. And there's thousands of us.
Right.
All saying the same things,
That's the beautiful part.
Yeah.
Is because you know that you're not the only one talking about it. And then you feel less like, okay, this isn't an illusion.
Yeah.
I'm not delusional. This is real.
I feel super excited when I'm watching Bashar and he's like got a new video out and it's the exact same thing that we were channeling about. I'm like, I'm on the ascension path. I'm on the same frequency as Bashar. That's cool as shit, because he is definitely a leader of the new earth here to teach us how to live in our energy. So when my messages that I channel through align with Bashar, love it.
Yes, absolutely.
I just got goosebumps. It's exciting.
It is exciting. Dude, wouldn't it be awesome if you could channel Bashar?
I have channeled Bashar one other time, but I do know that is an aspect of Daryl. I don't know how that works. Yeah. I have channeled the energy of Bashar before, and I do know another channeler on TikTok who does channel Bashar, but I saw Daryl say sometime that if someone was saying that they were channeling Bashar, they weren't really channeling Bashar. So I got confused. So when Bashar came in and I channeled him, I was like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Because I know that Bashar is an evolved version of Daryl. Is that what it is?
No, I think
a future version of Daryl.
I think he's a future human. Like he's us way in the future.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's a future.
It is a future version of Daryl, is what he said. That
is
Bashar is a future version of Daryl. So if anyone were coming through and saying that they were channeling Bashar, it wouldn't be true. So I don't know how that actually works.
I don't either.
Because I feel like if my higher self came through and said, my name is so-and-so, I feel like anybody could channel. I feel like you could channel any energy.
I mean, you have channeled another higher self for me.
Yeah. So I don't understand how that works. And maybe Bashar or Daryl has come out again and said, like, maybe Bashar is channeling for other people. I honestly don't know how it works.
I don't either.
I don't really search for things to channel, entities to channel. I let them come to me. I was never searching for Bashar when I channeled him. He came to me, but then I heard Daryl say that and I got scared and I didn't invite him back in anymore. I don't want to piss off Daryl. Mad respect, bro.
I love it. No, I mean, being cautious is not a bad thing. being cautious because you have such an important job in it, and it's important to be careful of the energies that you're channeling to make sure that you're getting clear-cut, solid information. And it can be a little bit scary not knowing if you're bringing in the right information or the right kind of energy, which I'm sure that you channel light energy anyways all the time.
Yeah.
I don't think that you would ever channel a lower.
From the beginning, because I was raised in Christianity and I have that sort of fear behind me. From the beginning, I was always stating love and light beings, like here for the ascension of humanity. I really was just saying that over and over and over again. And now that I'm at a certain frequency and I hold just a certain frequency, lower entities don't want anything to do with me.
They can't. No, they can go off. Yeah. Nope, they can deal with others on their same vibration.
Yeah, I've actually never had an interaction with a negative entity. I just like one human negative entity, like the leftover energy in someone's house.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, that was like the most negative experience I've had, and that person as a human really is a negative energy, and they just like left it in the house. And as a very sensitive person, I picked right up on it, and that was the scariest experience that I've ever had. And that person was alive, but it was their leftover energy that I was getting attacked by. Felt really weird.
I have a question for you after our podcast. Personal question. You just brought up something, and it makes me want to see if you can tune into something for me.
Totally.
All right. No, I mean, that's it.
I did flip over one more card, and then I think we'll get to going because we are over an hour. 222. So I flipped over the throat chakra card, and the angels are helping you lovingly speak your truth, okay? Now, this is for the people whom, quote, on a daily basis, I'm not very good at communicating. I'm not a good communicator. Quit saying that. Say, in the past, I have not been good at communicating, but I am hoping to work on it. And literally just tell people how you feel. I have a very beautiful human being in my life whom I would love for them to just like open themselves and tell me the things that are going on within them. But they say frequently, I am not a good communicator, you know? If you could just open up. There are people in your life that you know that you can trust, right? Just because someone has not been around in your life for 20 or 30 years or whatever, doesn't mean that they're not someone that you can rely on, okay? And just a heads up, if you have been presented with an opportunity to embrace a beautiful relationship with a highly evolved, like spiritual being, I would suggest running headfirst into that relationship, because I don't want to sound egoic or anything, but I'm here to show you some shit, okay? So if you've been drawn to me and you've been put in my life, pay attention, because I'm here to show you some shit, right? Like I have a mission, and that is to wake up humanity. So stop saying that you're not a good communicator and just like talk. Tell people how you feel, how you're really feeling. Like you're sitting next to someone and you're like twisting your hands and you're so nervous and you're so anxious, and they're like, what's wrong? What's going on? Are you okay? And you're like, no, I'm fine. And you're shaking your leg. You're like, you're not fine. Talk. Express yourself. Tell people how you really feel. Explain why you're so anxious and why you're feeling so bad or whatever. So open that throat chakra up, but remember to also keep it connected with that heart chakra inside of you, because we don't want to be spouting yuckiness.
Right. Yes. Amen.
Yes. Okay. Good episode. Loved it. Had a good time. See you next time.
Yeah. Thank you.